afternoon, SoulFlowers. It's me, Gothic SoulFlower. We're going to talk about social media. This is going to be another rambly, wine-infused, vape-enhanced conversation. This is always a topic of conversation. It's not a new topic of conversation, but I've never put my 2 cents in. I am on social media. Not a lot, but I am on social media. One of my biggest problems with social media is it's fake. It's fake as hell. I put a couple pictures up recently showing my age unedited face with my age edited face, and then my face used through a face app. Facetune. That's what I did. I looked great with the Facetune. I had flawless skin. It was smooth, no lines. The gap was closed a little bit, and I was just looking sweet and sexy. But unfortunately, that's just not what I look like. I don't. I'm not in my 20s anymore. In fact, the Facetuned picture, that's not even what I look like in my 20s. I mean, I had good skin and no wrinkles, but I didn't look like that in the picture. I posted it on Instagram and Twitter if you want to have a look at it. But I like having fun with filters, and I like the Face app, and just playing around and posting it. But the fakeness, it's out of control. I'm seeing women my age with smooth skin, not a line, not a wrinkle, nothing. I just turned 50 today. And you have other people say, oh, you look good. I hope I look like good at 50, blah, blah, blah. Girl, what app did you use? There is no way in hell you have no lines at 50. I can't get with that. I understand editing. Editing makeup, you do that because if you saw my unedited photo, there was a flatness to it. It didn't really have any contrast or light to my face like the edited picture did. But the edited picture still shows my age. I didn't get rid of the lines or the wrinkles. It was just brighter with higher contrast and a little sharpness to it. But I don't feel it's okay to portray yourself as a 25-year-old when you're 50. Now, if you really look like that, cool. What's your secret? Put it in a bottle and sell it. You will be super duper rich. But I can't get down with that. So it begs the question, where do I draw the line between editing and face tuning and Photoshop? Because after all, I'm wearing makeup. And I do edit my photos. Here's the line I draw. Many people who look at my social media, they see my pictures. What would their reaction be if they saw me in real life? Now, if you look at my Facetuned photo, it looks very different than what I normally look like. You would probably see me in real life and ask, oh, what the hell happened? Whew, rough night, huh? Yikes. Whereas the edited photos, what I call the tweak photos, they still see my age. And I think if you see that photo versus me in real life, you could tell it's edited, but it's not so far from the truth. You know what I mean? I don't have flawless skin. I don't have a lineless face. And when I'm presenting that to people online and they see what I look like in real life, it can be startling. If you see the pictures, you know what I mean. Even with makeup and looking all dolled up. And, I got my gray hair starting to come in. I think that's the line for me. How far from real life is this photograph? Because let's keep it real. When you're dealing with photos, especially if you're famous, it's going to be edited. It is going to be photoshopped. This has been a deal for decades. If you're on television or on stage, you do have to wear makeup. You will look washed out. So yeah, men have been wearing makeup on TV for decades because they have to. They're gonna look washed out, and it's just not gonna look good on television. And just like the photos, I'll tell you, my edited photo looks a hell of a lot better than my unedited photo. And I'm talking about the edited photo of me based on what I look like. No face app. It's about contrast and brightness and just highlighting my best features. The unedited photo of me, it just looks so flat and just lifeless, and eh, it's not great. I don't want someone to be shocked meeting me in real life that doesn't match my photos. That's just me. Again, do what you want. I'm not here to dictate what people should do on social media. If you want to Photoshop, go ahead. People have different reasons for Photoshopping and for using Face app, but it is fake, and we have to be. I think it's up to us when we're looking at social media to realize that these photos aren't real life. I'm included as well. The photos I show you guys on my Instagram, it's curated. I'm not going to show you guys me lying in bed with my headscarf and no makeup and I just have these ratty clothes on because that's what I sleep in. No one wants to see. Do you all want to see that? I'll post it if you want to see it, but I don't think you do. They're boring as hell. They're just, there's just nothing to them. So the reality is people are going to edit, they're going to highlight their best features, and they're going to highlight the best part of their lives. It's up to us to be conscious of that. This is not new. When I was a young woman, and even a teenager, especially a teenager, once I learned that photos were edited all the time, you will not see an unedited photo, not in a major publication, and certainly not in a woman's magazine. They're edited, and these are models. They look as perfect as a human being can be, and they'll tell you that's not what I look like in real life. Even they say that. So if they're editing professional models, they most certainly gonna edit the hell out of you. That's just the reality. So when I learned that in high school, I was like, oh, okay, I don't feel so bad. And that's why we have to be conscious. When I was putting together my photo collage of the face app version of myself, the edited and the unedited versions of myself, I'll be honest, I was comparing the two, and if you see my real life photo next to the Facetune photo, I look haggard. I look old. I have lines. I look tired. I was just like, next to my 20-something self, yeah, I looked worse, but the face app picture is not real. It's just not real. I didn't even look like that in my 20s. I look good in my 20s, but not like that. I mean, I looked fabulous with the Facetune, but it's not reality. And they're never going to stop using that. Let's be honest. So you just have to remember to not compare yourself to social media. You're getting the highlights of people's lives. And 2, don't compare your looks. If I felt a certain way looking at myself compared to myself, then it's certainly easy to do with someone who's actually younger and who's actually better looking. And sometimes we can forget not to compare ourselves to that. But we have to remember, we have to be conscious of that, because that's not going to end. Because at the end of the day, the edited photos look better than real life. They just do, at least on a screen. In real life, I prefer people looking real, and I don't mind blemishes and lines and wrinkles. That's the human body. That's the human face. But any sort of medium, that ain't gonna happen. They've been doing this since probably the 50s. And certainly when I was coming up, Yeah, you're not going to get on television, and you're certainly not going to get on social media if you're a well-known name without some tweaks and editing going on there. I do have an issue with FaceApp when you are portraying yourself as a different age than what you really are. I do have a little issue with that, but that's just me. You can say that about me too. I wonder how she looks without that makeup. You can wonder. Yeah, I look a hell of a lot better with makeup. I can tell you that. There you go. What you got to say about that now? Just remember that if you have younger siblings, friends, students, anyone younger, I think we really just remind them of what's going on. Because when you're young and you don't know the world, you can get down on your looks, and middle school, high school, you're already doing that already. So when you're seeing these images of these perfect people, that can take a toll on your self-esteem. And another thing that's different than from when I was coming up, the photoshopping and the makeup, these were professionals. They were newscasters, they were models, they were actresses, singers, and they still do that. But I think what's changed is now you're seeing everyday people do that. And that's kind of, in a way, it's worse. At least I see it as worse because, if you're not an actor or a model, okay, well, I don't look like that. I'm not a model or an actor or a singer, so okay. But when you see another high schooler, maybe in a different state or a different country, and they just look oh so fabulous, they're just a regular person, I feel like, yeah, you can really start to get down on yourself because if this regular person my age looks this great and is doing all these fabulous things, then, what's my life about? It's boring and I look boring and I will never look as great as them. And I think that's the game changer. It went from models and actresses to just regular old people photoshopping their faces, um, photoshopping their bodies. I think it's sad because I'm seeing young people do this. Another thing that's different from me coming up, women getting plastic surgery, men too, but larger extent women that would get plastic surgery and to make themselves appear younger. These were older women. These were women in their 40s on up, especially if they got famous as young people and they're aging. And we all know Hollywood does not like people to age. That includes men. It's like you're supposed to look like you're 25 for the rest of your lives. They don't do well at aging. So a lot of actors and actresses would get plastic surgery. It wasn't 22-year-olds though getting plastic surgery. That's what's weird to me is young people. Not a line, not a wrinkle, not like what are you fixing? They don't like their faces. They may feel like it's too round. They may not like their eyes. They may not like their nose. There's the skin bleaching issue, and it's just oh so sad because there's nothing to erase. I don't understand. I do understand. I just lied. I understand. It's pressure to look the best. It's competition. Who's the prettiest and who has the most fabulous life and who has traveled the most countries, and this is part of the depression people can face with social media. And I, as someone in their 40s, even I was starting to feel a certain way with my own picture, comparing myself to a Facetune picture of myself, and I started to get really sad. Like, isn't that messed up? I started to get sad. Here I am, 46 years old, and it's like the wrinkles and the lines were more prominent when I saw myself without those. But luckily, I know what's going on. And if I'm feeling that, certainly young women and men are feeling that. And that's very sad. Not all of them are feeling that way. I'm glad a lot of people, young and old, are calling bullshit on the social media and just decided to drop it. Because really, if it's affecting your self esteem and it's getting you depressed and you're not experiencing real life, drop social media. Absolutely. I feel like we're getting to the point where we're not remembering what actual human beings look like in all stages of life. My lines and my wrinkles and my gray hair, this is not unusual. And it's sad that we're made to feel that we have to be 25 forever. We don't. And if it's about image only, then that's all that matters. And there's just so much more to us than our looks. Really. We're complex human beings. We have personalities. We have histories. We have talents and likes and dislikes. And we're just so much more than the skin we're in. Um, if you ever looked at a person you knew when they were deceased, lying in a coffin, you know very well that that's not them. That is literally just their shell. Their personality, their soul, what makes them tick, the reasons why you like this person or even dislike this person, that's gone. You are literally seeing their skin and their shell. And that's all that is. That's all images are. So, that's my spiel on social media. I've continued to use it. I am not focused on adding more social media. I'm getting rid of some, actually. You can feel pressure to sign up for more social media if you're on YouTube or if you have a blog, because that's marketing. That's putting yourself out there. But it can get too much and it can just make you feel a certain way. And if it does, just drop it entirely. This world, the majority of human history has gone on without social media. This is a very new thing. You will be okay without social media. Live life, experience life, meet folks, actually talk to them face to face. It's a wonderful thing. Gothic SoulFlower here. Until next time, peace out.